Alright guys, welcome back to the EK Racing channel and episode 3 of our little derby car build. As you can see, it's coming along pretty well. It's pretty much ready. A couple of little things to do, finish off the minor touches, but here's a few clips on how we got to this and what goes from here. Righto, so this is what it's come to. It's only 6 o'clock at night, but it's pitch black. You can hear the crickets. But anyway, finishing off the fabrication. Just tacking the mesh on, just basically putting it in and putting a few tacks around it, and then that'll be welded on. That's finished. I welded some nuts in there to put the window net on. I'm gonna grind up and weld the doors shut just this side. Basically get as much of the fab work done as I can, and then it'll be ready for paint. I know Jesse's onto me about getting it painted, so anyway. See how dark it is. Not much I can do about that. I got these really good lights in my shed. We only just installed them. They're brilliant. Unless you're welding. So the auto welding helmet, it gets triggered by the lights. So as soon as you put it on, it's pitch black and you can't see a thing. Alright, let's try and get this engine bay ready. I don't know what we're going to do here yet. We'll just experiment. We'll try and pull the airbox off. And we'll make sure it runs after we pull the airbox off. Doesn't look like too much to worry about. Yeah, we'll pull the airbox off. Then we've got to relocate the battery to the passenger floor. We'll pull this fuse box out. Move the fuse box out of the way. Then we can put a hole here to put the chain through, hold the bonnet down. There's a few other little tricks we'll do, play around with it. So, hang on a sec, we've got to get this cricket. Shut up. Alright, that might work. Alright, let's have a crack at this airbox. And the plan is just to unplug everything and make sure it all still runs. And then if it doesn't run, we just got to plug it back in until we can make it run. Alright, we need some pliers. Doing this one-handed, it's difficult. Should use the tripod, but anyway, change hands. Righto, so now we've just got an open throttle body, and we'll see if it starts. Anyone notice how much the engine just moved? Righto, so that's the air box removed. The fuse box has been pulled off, so that should just flop around a bit. I'll probably tape it up. So now the next thing we've got to do is make it so the battery is on the passenger floor, which shouldn't be that difficult to do. We just got to make up some battery leads. So we remove the battery, obviously, so when the front gets smashed up, the battery doesn't get damaged. Same with the airbox, that's why we get rid of that. So, need some extended battery leads. I don't know if these are going to last or not. I just bought a set of jump leads and cut them up and put terminals on them. They look like they might last. They look a bit thin, but so we'll see. Anyway, plan is just to bolt the positive to the positive and just basically chuck it through the window and down to the passenger floor, and build a cradle for the battery in the passenger floor and mount the battery in the floor. And that's pretty much the last thing to be done to it. So yeah, let's hook this up and see if we can get the car to start. Get rid of that one. Connect this one up to the battery, up to this terminal. We'll just do this like this. It's not perfect, but it works. And we'll just rattle that up. Of course, it's a bigger size. Proper size. So that's nice and tight. That will go up into there. Alright, so obviously they'll need to be taped up so they don't arc out. We'll just sit them like that for now. It's either going to spark or it's going to start. Yay! Alright, that's the battery relocated. So that's all we did. Just bolt the terminals together. Positive to positive, negative to negative. And then just run them straight up and over and down to a battery. Alright, so now that the fuse box is out of the way, we can drill a hole through there and in the bonnet, so we can run chain to chain the bonnet down. And then that's pretty much the front end done. Just got to fiddle with the radiator. And that'll do. And it's ready for paint. We have had bad weather for painting and no time in the day. Perfect. Alright. I reckon the fabrication's done. I just want to cut the spring so the boot doesn't stay open like that. The holes are drilled for the chain to go in. On that side, the same at the back. The windscreen mesh is done. The window net is mounted at the top. Just got to put a couple of self-tappers and tap the bottom of the window net in. And then it's got a window net. The doors are welded up. Some of the worst welds I've ever done, but they'll hold. Don't matter. The floor to roof bar is bolted to the roof. It's all welded together. It's looking good. Like I said, I've just got to cut the hinge
spring in there so that boot doesn't fly open. We do chain the boot shut. There is holes there for the boot to chain shut, but it just makes it easier to paint. So I think it's ready for paint. Might start looking at getting ready to paint it. We've got to paint the door red, so the driver's door goes red with a white cross. That way no one hits, well, we hope no one hits us in the driver's door. I do want to put a door plate on it too, so if I get time tomorrow I'll make a plate to go across the door to protect me. If I don't get time, I don't get time. I've also got a tech screw and tie up the seatbelt so the seatbelt's not retractable anymore. That's just one of the rules. Non-retracting seatbelts. The seatbelts suck anyway. You just end up with whiplash. Probably won't run a seatbelt. I normally don't run the seatbelt. You just got to hold on tight. Anyway, so yeah, let's get some painting happening. And by tomorrow in the daylight, it'll be pretty much ready to go. Righto, base coat is done. We were going to do a fancy paint job, but I don't think we're going to have the time. Door needs another coat of red and some numbers put on it. It's pretty much it, just paint numbers on it, put a cross on the door, build the battery box, cut some chain up and stuff like that. But I'll just do all of that tomorrow morning before we go to the track. Probably build the battery box tonight. See how we go. Anyway, what do you reckon, Lincoln? Does it look like a race car yet? Doesn't look like a race car yet? What do we need to do to make it a race car?
Put numbers on it.
Put numbers on it. All right, we'll turn that key, see if it starts. Oh, hang on, stop. Turn the key off. Put the car in park. So set a gear stick, push the button in with your thumb and put it all the way to the park. Yeah, that's it. All right, now turn the car on. Turn the key. All right, stop. I'll leave it like that. Let it run. Now rev it. Bit smoky. That's pretty good, but turn it off. You reckon that sounded like a race car? You reckon it sounded like a race car? Really? Hang on, turn it off, turn it off. All right, leave it off first, turn it all the way off. So you reckon that sounded like a race car?
Yes.
Yes. All right, you sit there for a second and we'll make it really sound like a race car, eh? You ready? Turn the key. All right, turn it off. Sounded a bit louder. No, not yet. Can you rev it? Jeez. Start it up. Rev it up once. All right, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put when I tell you, you're gonna put your foot down and don't let off until I tell you, okay? Go.
Right, turned off. Now does it sound like a race car?
I got it unlocked. Don't try and drive it.
No. Righto, so that's the exhaust off. Probably the easiest exhaust I've ever done. Only had 3 rubbers holding it on. Happy with that. Probably get $50 for the cat. Now I'm going to go have some dinner and come back out later on and finish the painting off. Jesse's going to do a bit of painting for me, and yeah, so the paint job will be revealed at the Derby. Righto, so the Derby's set for the 10th of May, which will be the day after you see this video. The car's pretty much ready to go. Just a battery box to do now. Battery box and chains, door chains and bonnet chains. All easy work, and painting. But we're not going to do a fancy paint job. We've given up on that. So anyway, thank you for watching us. This has been the EK Racing Channel. I've been Simon. I appreciate everything and you guys watching, and comment if you see me doing something you don't like or you want to ask questions. It's always good to see comments on there. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching our little series. The next time you'll see us is at the Speedway.